Hey everybody, Logan here. Yeah, I'm already bringing you this video and it's going to make a plethora of you mad. Why? Because you're not going to get the opinion you want, or you're not going to get the outcome you want, but that's life. Suck it up, buttercup. So I'm comparing two of probably the most popular controllers. One just came out and it's blowing up the scene. The other one, it's been a little controversial. There's two different versions, a wired and a wireless version for Xbox, and well, the wired one ain't so good and the wireless one is better, but we're comparing two wired ones. So, well, you clicked on the video. It's between the Vader 5S from Flydigi and the G7 Pro wired from GameSir. So we're going to compare these two. I'm not going to go into every little nook and cranny and number. Most people just want to know which one's better in terms of purchasing and features. So we're going to go over that. We're trying to not make this a 10-hour video. Going to go as quick as possible so you get your answer, and then you can decide which one's best for you, and I'll tell you which one I think is better. Here we go, right in front of us, Flydigi Vader 5S and GameSir G7 Pro. They're both wired controllers. Wait, I know you PC fanboys are going to go, no, this one's wireless. It's not wireless. This is an Xbox video. If you want to compare PC features, I'll bring out the Vader 5 Pro and then it'll just destroy everything that this is. We're not doing that. We're comparing the Xbox versions because this is Xbox controllers first and foremost. If you want me to do a PC version later on, yes, I can do that, but then a lot of people aren't going to like the outcome because, well, yeah, that's all I'm going to say there. But let's get back into this. So we've got the two different variations, the G7 Pro wired and the Vader 5S. So this is the newest one, while this one has been out a number of months now. So we're going to take a close look at each of them and then just try to do this as quick as possible so we can get through the video and you guys can get your answer. We're going to start out with this one. Has a dock for no reason for the Xbox besides docking. If you're using it on PC, then wireless charge base, but for the Xbox, it really serves no purpose besides, a place to sit your controller when it's plugged in. And of course, like I said, it's wired. Now it has technically three different D-pads, but two extra D-pads depending on your preference. But that's going to be a massive point of contention because let's just get the elephant out of the room. One of the worst D-pads you can possibly get on a Pro controller. There's a number of different fixes you can get online where you can put washers in and fix it, but if you get the more expensive, the actual proper versions, the wireless ones, Wu Chang and the Zenless Zone Zero, they fixed it to an extent. Still not perfect, but it is repaired. But we're not talking about those. Those are significantly more expensive controllers. Different features. We're not going into those. We're talking about the wired variants. This one has TMR sticks, while this one has Hall effect. This is what they call Flex Force. This is their MagRes. Some people think that TMR is better. It's a different type of controller stick. So you know what? They're both anti-drift. I wouldn't say one is better than the other in my experience. I haven't had any drift issues with any Hall effect or TMR unless they've been damaged. Again, I've seen it, but I haven't had any. So I can't say one is better than the other because I haven't seen any difference, especially when we're talking about latency. They're both wired. They're both 250 hertz. They're both Hall effect and TMR anti-drift sticks. So very good, very low latency, anti-drift. You're not going to have any problem out of either of them in that case unless they've been damaged. Another thing is they both have mechanical face buttons. So you both have that. Now, getting to the D-pad, this is a far superior D-pad than this. Latency has not been an issue, and it's been fantastic on any game I've used, from you name it, Halo Master Chief Collection, Borderlands 4, Exo Primal, even going to games like Marvel, Cosmic Invasion. I've played Shredder's Revenge, all different types of games. Racing games where you just have to tap it real quick. All kinds of games. So depending on what you're using, I think this is an overall better. Now, if you want something that, well, happens to have the name GameSir and you don't care about a quality D-pad, then hey, you're already looking at this one. But if we look back at the sticks, we've got adjustment rings here. These you cannot adjust the sensitivity of the sticks, the stiffness or the looseness of the sticks whatsoever. These you can. This has been a big feature for the Vader series for the last few, and it's been a very, very popular feature. Now, I do like the fact that I can adjust it. I have it midway. I'm someone who doesn't like my sticks ultra loose, especially depending on the games I'm playing. So this one so far has, you know, quality already built in over this one in just terms of the sticks alone and the D-pad. Now, again, going back to the buttons, buttons are both mechanical. Extremely low latency, no problem there. I think they're both fantastic. I haven't had any problems with either of them in terms of responsiveness or latency. Now, if we're talking about the amount of buttons, this one has 2 extra claw buttons on the back and 2 flappy paddles with locks. Vanity thing, I guess. Just say it has a lock. Most people don't care about that, but hey, it's a cool extra feature. Now, trigger locks as well. You've got full analog and digital. So those are fantastic. Now, if we look at the back here, let me unplug this because it is plugged into my Xbox. Stay there. And we have 1 set of flappy paddles, trigger locks back here. So you don't have the paddle locks like you have back here, and you still have your claw buttons on both. Here the claw buttons are mechanical. Here they're membrane. So take that as you will. This gives it a little bit of a plus when it comes to mechanical over membrane. So no locks, so you can, like I said, you can take that as you will. But if we go back to this, this has a feature that this one doesn't. Removable, hot swappable faceplates. So it's the grips as well on all sides. So if you decide to get another variation, you can swap it out and change up the look of the controller. That is nifty. This one does not. But one feature that this one has that this one does not, and for some people that's a big thing, lights. So you've got a different type of light that you can just change through the app. Now both of them do have Xbox apps to where you can actually customize everything. So another thing that's probably staring you dead in the face, you've got 2 extra programmable buttons, C and Z. Older models had these pre-mapped. Well, if you download the app for the Xbox, you can customize the C, the Z, the 2 shoulder buttons, which are MR and LM and RM, sorry, and then both your flappy paddles on the back. Now, if you download the Xbox app for this one, you have the shoulder buttons and the back flappy paddles. You have 1 less set of programmable buttons. So again, you got another win over here. Now here we have rubberized grips in the back and a textured plastic grip in the front. Very nice. That is one of my favorite things when it comes to this controller, is how it feels in the hand with a rubberized grip. Now, if we're just talking about hand feel, this is fantastic. So it's a great controller in terms of just the way it feels and the way it sits in your hand. And to me, it's shaped very well, and those grips are comfortable. Now, this one also has a very nice grip. Now, this one's got more of a flat side where this one has more of a curve. So depending on the shape of your hand, this one might be less comfortable than this, but that all depends on the person. It does have a textured grip in the front and a textured grip in the back, not rubberized. I like rubberized grips, but I've seen a lot of people complain about rubberized grips and it peels, but I've not had a controller where it peels. So again, take that as you will, but I do like the grip feel on this controller better than this one. Now, if you look at the bottom, you have audio and syncing buttons just like the other one, so you can just control your audio there, and your headphone jack. So this one, like I said, comes with a wire because it is wired. Now the wire has a security piece so it doesn't pop out. I have seen a couple people complain about this because, one, well, you can see the cable slow, I guess you could say slightly little bitty protrusion right there, but it's not one of those things where it's extremely easy to just yank and pull out. So I will give it to this. I do like have that secure device. Otherwise, again, going back, you got the two D-pads, the dock, this. They both come with a 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate. So I've given positives and negatives to both of them. I've used quite a few hours on each of these controllers. I prefer the GameSir G7 Pro Wu-Chang wireless over this one because of the D-pad. That's it. This is a $60 controller. This is an $80 controller. So $20 more. Is it worth the $20 more? No. Worse D-pad. Less features. I can't say this over this. Now, if they were the same price, then we'd have an argument there. Then I would definitely say, because then you have TMR here, Hall effect here, but you have stick adjustment here, none here. You've got a by far better D-pad than you have here. You've got mechanical here, you've got mechanical here. Now here you have extra mappable buttons. Here you don't. Can't say anything about this. You do have wireless compatibility on PC. Here you don't. But again, back to it. This is an Xbox video comparing two wired Xbox controllers, but it is a bit of a plus. Otherwise, you have RGB lighting, none here. You have customizable faceplates, none here. If we look at the back, we have pretty much the same thing, except for here, you've got flappy paddle locks. Here you don't. So they both have their pluses and minuses, but I've been using this one quite a bit until I got the wireless one. D-pad significantly upgraded. This one I've been using for around 2 weeks and some change now. And honestly, if I'm going to pick a wired controller, if I'm going to pick a wired controller, it's going to be this one. The value here just beats it. I don't think the TMR sticks and the wireless for PC justify the price when you just have an overall better controller here that just has more functionality and, in my opinion, better built. I'm not going to chastise anybody for buying any one, because hey, if you like this one better, more power to you, go get this one. If you like this one better, more power to you, get this one. This one's definitely my choice. Now, I know this isn't like one of my older comparisons, but I just needed to get everything off my chest, how I feel about each one. But I won't say that you're making a bad decision on either, because it depends on the type of player you are. If you don't care about the D-pad at all, but you want something that just is extremely comfortable and even a bit more customizable, well, in terms of look, this might be your option, especially if you decide you do want to use it on PC. This one is definitely by far more customizable in terms of buttons. You've got more buttons, you've got more things you can map to them, and then you also have a better D-pad and a stick adjustable ring, which to me, I think that's a big deal, because these are significantly looser than these, and I like the way those sticks feel. Again, that's on me. So you make your own decision. Tell me which one you decide to choose in the comments section below. I definitely want to hear why, but be civil. I know there's a lot of GameSir fanboys out there. I won't even call them defenders. They're just people get nasty if you don't choose the controller that they like the best. I'm not a fanboy of any brand because I have so many of these sent to me. I'm just giving my honest opinion on which one I like better, depending on what I'm playing here and there, what types of games, and which ones fit me better. I'm a player that plays all types of games. I'm not someone that just plays Call of Duty. Hey, if you're just a Call of Duty or just a FIFA guy, hey, that might be fine for you. But if you actually play more games, again, like retro, racing, sports, shooters, beat 'em ups, fighters, this is definitely going to be an all-around better controller, just because of, well, it just gives you more. So, but hey, I've seen people who will not buy anything unless it has TMR sticks. It can be, you know, twice the price, half the features, but because it has TMR sticks, they'll do that. Hey, to each their own, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Again, tell me which one you plan on buying, and be civil about it. Don't attack others because they have a different opinion. Just listen, go, huh, interesting, and then move on. You know, it's called being nice. Thank you guys so much. Again, hit that subscribe button. God bless each and every one of you. Like what I was saying, be legendary. Thanks again.